You never seen Luis get mad. He'll get buck wild.
There we go.
I don't see nothing.
Yep, we're on.
Mine doesn't say we're on. It says we're scheduled. We're on?
We're on. I got the notification.
Okay, I'm going to go with it because mine just says scheduled. So hello, everybody. Hello. Today is the last Monday in April. Welcome. This is Monday's Mindful Merchants, as we call it, Mindful Merchants. And if you don't know right here, this is my co-host, Cali Reseller Luis. You guys don't know him? This is it. This is the number one Dodgers fan. Let me tell you.
Yep, definitely.
And down below, right here, right below me and Luis, number one Texas reseller, none other than Jen's Closets. Gems, welcome.
Welcome.
Whoop, 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 whoop. I gotta get. Hey, thank you for being here. We've been looking for a long time. You've been on our radar, and we got a long list of there's just so many YouTubers, and we're just happy you're here. Thanks for coming.
Thank you guys. I mean, I know we've done the auction together, but it's a little different when it's just like getting to chit chat and stuff. So
definitely,
and it's a luxury too, right? It's kind of like a luxury. Yeah. That's good. Well, thank you for being here. This is just a chill hangout. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say this is just a chillax moment for me, so I'm gonna enjoy every minute.
And we haven't had a lot of chances. I mean, we have we talked in the chats or maybe a private email, hey, reaching out, how you been? What's going on down in San Antonio? Did you know this place open? I was telling you about that Goodwill or something like that, and. Yeah, so it's good to see you. I feel like we've known each other for a little while, but it's really good, and so we're just excited to have you here. We don't get a chance to really monopolize certain times, so we can just pick whoever we want when we want on the channel. But everybody's logistics and times and schedules are just so various, so it's just wonderful. So thank you for committing. Or why don't you go ahead and give just a small, in a nutshell, say this is who you are, I am, and what you want to know about you.
Yeah. Okay. So my name is Jennifer. Anybody who doesn't know me, I do resell online full time. This is my main source of income. So I do a little bit of everything, and I YouTube a lot for a lot of different reasons. So I do content. My content is a little bit all over the place, but it does focus primarily on reselling. So I'm on Instagram also. I'm pretty active there. If you want to get a hold of me, that's probably the best way versus email. So just do a little bit of everything.
That's good. So people think YouTube is the main place for content creators, but we consider, I'm not saying you don't get this, but I mean, but Instagram, I think, is a really pertinent place for not just sales and marketing, but also just for the marketing aspect of being a content creator. It's almost like a business card. So I think it's great that you're using it. I want to say one thing that I've noticed, and in a minute, I want Luis to jump in, and then we're going to say hello to a few people. But I noticed you're very, very active. Since I've been on, I've seen you. Maybe I've seen you in a discourse later, and I don't know if that's just because maybe we hooked up a little bit later than some or other, because everybody connects at one sanction or another. But ever since I watched it, you are on the ball. I almost want to say almost every other night you're on live or something crazy. It's great. Whether you're participating in a live or you're in the live chat, it's great. So I've noticed you've been an active member of this community. What excites you most about being a content creator and a participant as a reseller on YouTube?
Well, I actually didn't get super excited about creating content until I started meeting people and interacting with people. So I think that's why the whole lives are the best source of interaction for me, because I can talk to multiple people at the same time while also learning, while also having stuff in the background. So that's really what is the best part of creating content for me, is because I get to know and engage with people a lot better. But yeah, I'm active just because I'm almost always working too. So having stuff in the background or having a minute breather to just chat or do whatever. And I like to say yes to a lot of things, that could open up just potential to get to know people better or opportunity or
networking is key in marketing, especially if you're a reseller. If you don't use those, and now I mean, it's not to sound like an old dude, but like, with technology the way we had it, like didn't have Instagram 20 years ago, did we? I don't know,
hey guys, real quick, if I want to say hello, I'm gonna leave and come back because I think I'm getting feedback. I don't know if it's me or not.
Yeah, go ahead and jump in, jump out. Well, and if you want us to see if we can kick you out for a moment and put you back in, or Luis can do. I don't know. You can either way. If you want to just pop back in.
Go ahead, Jen.
Okay, I'll be right back.
All right.
So at the beginning here, I think one of our first ones, I can't see because there's the little thing. Oh, that is it. Yeah, Candy Tangren.
Hello, Candy.
Because of what I said at the very beginning. Hey, Wendy.
Hello, Wendy. How you doing? We got our good friend Tom. Who's Tom Cruise?
Tom Cruise. If you guys don't know Tom Cruise, check out Sunday's instantaneous pop-up. I was like, where the heck did he come from? Luis is like, I don't know. They just started doing it. And they had a wild ride of an auction. It was craziness. And those albums, I'm still mad at him because I want to get them from him.
I'm telling you, man, he's the vinyl king. He brought that.
He really is.
He always does.
Is. Woo.
Hello,
Mickey loves snacks. She's like, hello, everybody. Hello.
So we got our good friend Tino.
Tino, I got to talk to you, man. I heard you've been doing some wildfire, like garage sale, yard sale things. We got to talk.
Hello, Ella.
Ella, I won't sing the song. I'll just do this to my British friend. Hello, Ella.
We won't sing the song.
We won't sing the song, but Jen's going to join me. We're going to do a little curtsy and go, hello, Ella. Hello. Yeah, there we go. Ooh, we got Luis in on the action. Yeah. Everybody's going to like, that would make a great little clip if we ever made a montage one day. Luis was everybody going, hello.
I know, right?
Welcome back. We're just saying hi. We got up to Ella. Who else did we get? Oh, I see Flipping Sports guys here. I see. Okay, we got Ella again. Oh, Jen's Closet Gems. Who's that? I don't know. I see her in the chat saying, Ella. After I said I wouldn't sing it. Just Me Kathy. She's awesome. If you guys don't know Just Me Kathy.
Red Beard Breaks is in here. What's up, Jimmy?
Is that Casey?
No, that's Jimmy. He's Red Beard Breaks. He does sports auction, like sports cards auctions.
Let me go back. I skip. Oh, you know what? My thing. If I push that arrow, it skips. So I missed a bunch of people. I'm sorry about that. Hey, how you doing, Jimmy?
Yep. Paul says, looks like you never found your glasses, Louie.
I haven't, and I'll tell you what. My eyes are straining, and I usually have a backup pair of reading glasses. I got to go to what's that commercial they got like glass place and buy 2 pairs and for I'm like well let's go.
Hey, back over. How you doing, buddy?
Hey.
Thanks for playing with me, buddy.
LSP because otherwise people are gonna think I'm the loan shark picker.
Yeah. Hello, Maria.
Maria. Did you hear they're making a new version, like a contemporary version? The guy that did Hamilton is making a West Side Story.
Awesome.
With hip hop music and really urban music, and it's really cool.
That's crazy. Hey, Johnny, how you doing? Welcome.
You guys, Johnny, Cajun Roots Reseller. If you don't know him, check him out. Got bingo after. We got to talk to Cajun. We got to get him, and you know what we should do is put him and Paul on a week 2 strong one day. Yep. Those two would be a riot.
Hey, Joe Deals, how you doing, buddy?
Joe Deals, check him out.
Tom Cruise is my new best friend. Just for anybody. Cheers.
Uh-oh. She wants something you got, Tom.
Hey, Cameron, how you doing?
What's that, Jen?
No, for all those vinyls that I found.
Oh yeah, you need to reach out to Tom.
Yeah, he'll tell you in a heartbeat. But it's better if you take the pictures, just send them, and then see if he has time to write back. And
Hi, Kathy. How you doing? Welcome.
Kathy, just me. She jumps in the dumpsters, right? She'd be finding that good stuff, I think.
Butterfly Hustles. Hello.
Butterfly kisses. Hello, everybody. She says with a Russian accent.
Nostalgia.
Charles, hello.
Yeah.
Charles.
We got our good friend Jeff in the house.
Ladies and gentlemen, eBay addicts. You've been on his show, right, Jen?
Yep. I had a really good live with Jeff. Jeff's a cool
Jeff
guy.
always makes it fun, except for when he's in his car and it's like, I'll be right back, and then like 2 other bubbles open. I love Jeff. He's like, I'll be right back, and then all of a sudden you see 2 of them, but one of them's like,
I like when it's just like half of his face.
Yeah. What's up, KC Nation?
what do you mean? What do you mean, Jen? What do you mean?
Yeah, reseller niche. Mo, how you doing, buddy? Nice to see you.
Momo, everybody give Mo some love. He's a great content creator. He's got his morning show with his buddy. You got to check him out.
It's nice to have Mo back.
Definitely.
Yeah, I miss Mo. I
Yeah.
do.
Hello, Katie Reeds.
Ladies and gentlemen, Katie Reeds is not just a great reseller, but she knows more about books than the average reseller bear. Let me tell you. I'm telling you. She's awesome and full of
Okay,
spunk.
it looks like the troublemakers are coming in now.
Oh, sugar.
They got Art Vandalay in the house.
Senor Vandalay. That is like that. Can you believe, Art, if you're listening, Dan, you were the first guest this month. Can you believe it? Seems like last month, but it was actually this month. This is the 4th week of the month. Early bird. Was that early bird? Is that Oscar?
Yep, the early bird. Here you go.
Real quick, Jen, I just want to show you Early Bird. If you get a chance, I mean, you can subscribe to his YouTube, but he hasn't been making a lot of content, but check him out on Instagram. He's in the Austin area. He's a really cool guy. He has the biggest collection of, help me out, I don't know how to say it. I always call it conjunto music. It's
Conjunto music.
Yes, he's got the biggest collection of 45s.
Oh, cool.
He knows a lot about Tejano music, a lot of, like, he's got all, like, his collection's fire. Like, this guy, if you want to know about a band or something, go to him. You guys bookmark him. His name is Oscar. This guy is full of knowledge. He's out of Austin, Texas. I met him. We compete. We'll fight and box with each other, but I still love him. Iris Collins. She
Hello,
hands out
Iris.
those free drinks. One
All
for
right.
you, Jen. and 2 for me. Well, maybe I'll give one to Luis.
Yeah. All right, we're all caught up.
All right,
So
we're back.
let's keep
Luis,
going. Yep.
why don't you hit her up with the first devilish question you can think of? Anything.
I wouldn't
I
say
mean, something-
devilish. I'm not gonna put her on the spot like
Dude,
that.
just put her on the fire. Let's throw her in the fire. We have not had a good Texas reseller in here in a long time. They can handle it. She's got boots.
Oh,
She can stand up in the poop.
I know Jen can handle it. I know she can hold her own.
She's
No
my
doubt about
homie.
that.
She knows we're not
No
going
doubt
to do
about
that to
that.
her.
This is
We're going to show her.
on my shoulder, and this is the angel. So
Exactly, definitely. No, I'm gonna start out smooth. Okay, Jen. So what
Look at the red in the background.
we're gonna start slowly. I'm gonna ask you. So what got you into reselling? What was that thing that got you to, like, oh, this is something I want to do. I want to resell.
so I was into reselling before I even knew it was reselling, but when I was actually hooked was just how fast items sold. Like, I had clothing items,
Yeah.
and it's very fast on Poshmark. And nothing can hook you, I think, better than making quick money. So seeing money come in so fast, and it was pretty easy, that's when I was officially hooked, to where I started to specifically go to Goodwill, to Salvation Army, and looking at yard sales for stuff to sell online.
Okay.
Said, you know what, I just need to get out of Poshmark only. Let me start selling on eBay, because I had sold on eBay since like 2012. So that's when, like, I was just really, it's just how fast money came in, and you could, if you needed some money, you could sell.
So that money was like that part of that equation. I'm trying to get my hat to, it's like kind of doing that. Money. The money. But how young were you, like, when, like, that far back as you can remember, like, when you really kind of got into that whole, like, reselling thing? You were like, let's do this. I got this. I can make money. Were you selling firecrackers in high school? What were you doing? Like, you know. Like,
Well, I always did sports and fundraisers. So we always had fundraisers where we had to sell, like, the chocolate candies, or,
oh yeah,
tickets and
I
stuff.
remember that.
So yeah, my community were always trying to hustle for fundraisers. And so when I found how fun that was, I decided to sell stuff of my own. So I was probably, I would say, like 14 when I wanted to do stuff on my own, and I would make, Easter egg baskets, and I would sell them, or I would do like yard sales. I would collect stuff from all of my family to have yard sales. And that's, yeah, so I guess about a teenage age, but I would go to thrift stores. Like my mom was always big on thrift stores when we were young. And then my dad was huge on yard sales. So he was always.
So you had those influences. You had both, like, the best of both worlds. Like, mom's teaching me, like, you can go to you can shop still, but also you can shop and then buy something and then maybe end up getting something for yourself at the same time.
Definitely.
But the yard sale and stuff, that's a great treasure when one of your parents brings that to you and says, there's thrift. There's thrift out there. Uh-oh, what is this?
I'm going to try, yeah, because I
Chuck says that Jen used to sell fake Rolex out of her trench coat.
If anybody doesn't know this, can I tell you, Joe? Can I tell you something, Luis? This guy that I'm helping mentor, he's probably like anywhere from 18 in his 20s, early, and I met him at a flea market. But they didn't understand this, and I was like, "Y'all selling, Rolexes out of your trench coat?" And they're like, "I don't understand." I'm like, "You don't know that metaphor?" Like, because it goes. Remember in the 70s, like you'd watch those TV shows. Yeah. The guy's like, "You want to buy a, you want to buy a," and he had all this stuff. It basically was kind of a way of pimping out the junk that you stole, but it was a front. I
did with Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh cards.
With a trench jacket, you had a trench jacket, dude?
No, just a binder, but I would sell fake cards, but them knowing that they were fake because I had a way where I was able to make a pretty good replica of the card.
How?
So it was for people who were playing the game and they didn't care, friends playing with each other.
So I wanted that card.
And I would sell them. So hey, if you want to use this for our next battle or whatever, for like not an actual legal competition.
Time out. Your new nickname here is, all right, Jenny from the block, Bootleg Jen. That's it. Boom. You're bootlegging some.
They're nowhere near good enough to actually get away with selling the stuff now. But
I knew you were from the hood. I'm telling you. I love it.
Oh my God.
I got in trouble in high school once for I get this. We would go visit. I was from Cali. We would go to Texas, and I brought back not a little packet of firecrackers. I brought back a brick like this. My dad, when he found out about, whooped me because not because I got in trouble, but because I snuck a brick back in the back of the VW, which got hot. And if that thing would have blown, going through Arizona and New Mexico, he would have crapped his. I mean, he got onto me so bad. But I got thrown in what they call, it's like a suspension. They call it the hole. And all the stoners and the guys that got in trouble for fighting and stuff. I was the only guy that was like doing like a non-violent or non-drug. I was the guy that was like, "Yo, I got some firecrackers."
I know.
Well, that's cool. So you started at a young age, like, and it's kind of atypical. Like I hear it from resellers because we got to start somewhere. And like Luis's question, like, where did you kind of start? You were mentioning like the Poshmark thing. Was it kind of clothes that kind of became familiar with, or were you, because Poshmark is it only clothes, Poshmark, or they sell it?
It was when I was selling on it though. It was just clothing, like
accessories and hats and things too, right?
But I found because I had clothing to sell, and it was higher end clothing. I mean, not crazy high end, but I knew I couldn't get into it at a yard sale. So I went to YouTube to find out where the best way to sell your clothing was or how the best option was. And Poshmark kept pulling up. A lot of people were just making new videos on Poshmark. So that's why I started on Poshmark, and it was so easy. That's really the main reason how I found it.
But there's that direct connection that a lot of people don't understand, like why are resellers a lot like, getting into the vibe, or even resellers asking the question, the new resellers. So if there's any new reseller watching this, we're just talking about, the etiquette and the process and the subgenre of, how are we going to get better mental strategies and how does this affect our well-being as a reseller? So like a lot of us, we go to YouTube, which I'm glad you mentioned that, Jeff. We're learners. We have to learn because I think to be a good reseller, I know, and Luis and I have talked with, and everybody, and I've heard you talk about it too, Jen, to be a good reseller, you better know your stuff. You better have it down pat. And if we're to like look up comps and stuff like that, or you want to figure out how to do something. So it sounds like you've been a lifelong learner. I've heard you in another, I don't know. It may have been Philly Flipper or one of these other, but you were being, and it may have been Jeff too, an eBay Addicts. But you were being asked a question like, "What is it about this learning? Like you do it," and you mentioned something. I'm paraphrasing. Please, I'm going to let you articulate a little bit more. But you're always like, "I always like to learn. I like to know how things work." And you were like talking about jobs, like no matter what job. Can you elaborate a little bit more?
Yeah. So that was in Jeff's eBay Addicts live, where I've worked so many different jobs, and I try to work jobs that would teach me like street smarts as well as book smarts, as well as, you know, school kind of stuff that you would learn in school. And I just wanted
from a work perspective,
dabble in everything. Yeah, I wanted to dabble in everything. I will never be like a master of one subject or category, but I'll always know a little bit about something, or I'll continuously want to learn a little bit about something. Just maybe to not have that naivety either. Like, I don't want to have a conversation and be 100% naive. Like, yesterday was my first time really even thinking about vinyls at all. And, you know, I was very naive in the vinyl world. So now it's my goal to learn at least a little bit about it, so I kind of can have a conversation with people about it.
I'm glad to hear you say that. Like, so there's this guy that you would have never known unless you were maybe somehow connected with Luis and I, that we know this guy named Oscar. So it's not just vinyls, but like Tom Cruise, that guy is like, he's a powerhouse when it comes to it. And I mean, powerhouse, he's got a warehouse of, but he knows his stuff. Yeah, he may be like subject to a certain category. Like he likes kind of the same rock that I do. Like when I watched this thing, he was going on about, oh, this is hard for me to let go. He had his Rush albums. But like, you know, we're all kind of like, and I know San Antonio, they love their classic rock and they love their butt rock music. I call it butt rock because I'm like, you know, all kinds of like hard rock. But no, because my cousin lives there, and you know, and his wife Angie, they're like all Metallica, all hardcore stuff, you know. But it's kind of like subgenres of things we don't know. But
there's
like
a lot of biker crews out here too and stuff. So
exactly. See, but people don't know that about Texas, which we're gonna get to in a little bit. We're gonna save it towards the end. We're gonna quiz you on how much do you know. And I wish we had one of those things where it pops up. How much do you know about Texas? You know, but no. This is great because now, like, you gotta. I'm serious. Like, hook up with Oscar. He's the I think it's the early bird reseller. You'll see Oscar on there.
Okay.
And this guy, like, I'm telling you, because you can corner a market, and he'll be coming out. No, don't sell it. Give it to me. You know, and. If you still listen, but you can corner a market if you become familiar, or at least you have some kind of just kind of like, yeah, I get it intuitively. I'm not into that style of music, but there's this, you know, especially like, you know, whatever it is. And so that's great that you want to kind of go there, you know, and do things like that. Speaking of learning and smarts, are you reading any books right now that are business related, or what book are you reading? It doesn't have to be business.
Not right now. I actually, the book that I kind of finished reading was I'm a Badass.
Oh, that's a good one. Yeah. No. People think this is a joke, but tell them about it.
It's an easy enough read, and it's just, it's one of those where I don't need or look for a lot of self-help education, but it's one of those that really just reminds you that you're strong and you're stronger than you think, and that sometimes instead of making excuses or instead of feeling pity for yourself, that you just need to use that energy to turn it into a business, money, motivation, a hustle. So it is that book. It's a pretty short read. It's a pretty easy read, and it's just like a quick reminder of go out there and be productive. Don't sit in the corner soaking.
I'm glad you said that, because I picked up the book and I went, this is a lot of what we know, but it's a good reminder. But a reminder can be like encouragement, and why we come to YouTube is to learn, but also like, oh, there's this guy named Luis, you know, this guy, I didn't know that about him, or oh, he's teaching us this, like I want to learn from him, like this guy knows everything about this subject and stuff. So encouragement, I think, is one of the drawing magnetic centers that we all have in us, and I'm talking from like a spiritual perspective, not religious, but like we all have this energy, like where we're drawing to, like, either we want to go to this low level and just hang out and not learn and be goofy and just be entertained, or are we here to learn? Because like YouTube can be entertaining, but it also can be this division. Like, wow, there's such a plethora of like information. You know, it's crazy. Where do you do with that pendulum? Do you want to be on this side, or do you want to be? You know what I mean? So it's like that's crazy good. I'm glad you mentioned that book. So that's good. Do you have any YouTubers that are not reseller related that you like to watch, whether it's just for entertainment or even to learn, you know, or to like to watch?
Yeah, there's a few different, you know, I guess not like the obvious channels, but I like to watch a little bit of everything. And there's one channel that I like. His channel name is Trev2. And I started watching him because he would talk about the Walking Dead, Game of Thrones. He does a lot of television show reviews.
Oh, so he's a pop culture commentator.
Yeah, and he lives in Canada. So also getting his perspective from like a different country, but also being so close to the US. But he's transitioned his channel a little bit into talking about masonry and, you know.
So he does this kind of pop culture, talk about it kind of. And I love it that you said it's like I have a thing where I like to learn, and that's another thing. One of our criteria in this, we don't get enough, is that we want how do I put this? Non-American, like, you know, resellers too. So we got a Canadian one coming up, and I don't know if you know him or not. But I didn't know you're a Walking Dead fanatic. I love it.
Yeah, I like the Walking Dead.
Bro, we got to talk about our zombie novella more often. I'm serious. Have you caught up with the latest season?
No, I haven't actually watched the most recent season because I've been a little sad.
Luis just says, don't even talk about shut up. I don't care about that show. He's just like, shut up.
I never watched it, so
you don't know what you're missing, bro.
I'm plugging my laptop in real quick.
Yeah,
okay, go ahead, do your thing, girl.
That's what I've been hearing.
So, Luis, anybody else coming in? I see a few newbies here. I see Miss Taffy.
Miss Taffy's in here. Hello,
Miss Derek. Hey, Derek. Thanks for coming in.
Regina's in here.
Oh, Gary. Regina's here?
Yes, Regina's here.
Nice. Check out Miss Regina's channel. She's got full of knowledge there, too. Miss Taffy, too. I think, Taffy, did you something about like 300? I thought you were past 300 on YouTube. But
nope.
If not,
she hit 300 subs already. Yeah.
Everybody, give her let's do this. 300. Yeah. If you don't know Miss Taffy, go check her out. Congratulations, Miss Taffy. Y'all, if anybody, let me see if I can give, I can't do it on my side. I was going to Miss Shopaholic Incorporated Roy. Oh, she just said Roy.
Hi, Roy. Hi, Holly. Hi, I think I've seen Regina, Taffy. Hello, everybody.
Everybody.
For some reason, I can't give her you have to do it on your end because you're hosting. I forgot. If you see anybody, Miss Taffy, give her a blue wrench. She could post her channel if you don't mind, Luis. Thanks.
No, I think she has
Gary. Hey, Gary.
That's what I'm doing right now.
Westside Gary's here, everybody. Crooked Little Flower. If you guys don't know her, freaking, she about made me cry the other day. You know why? Did you see her latest post on Instagram? Beautiful artwork. I really kind of, I'll be honest, I'm a snob. I have a master's in arts. I'm a fine artist.
I got you, Miss Taffy.
Man, this drawing she did just blew me away. Like, I want to buy it, you know, and I know how precious it is. In a lot of work it is for an artist to like put all this energy into it and stuff like that. Are you a creative type, Jen? I talk about stuff to lead to other questions. So would you say, do you dabble in crafts or arts or anything, or?
Yeah, a little. I mean, a little bit. I wouldn't ever, I guess, describe myself as a creative person, but like with this clothing, I like to do a lot of DIYs, which I have a pile that I'm going to work on after this. I'm doing a bunch of tie-dyes.
For those that are watching that are maybe new to reselling or just don't know or just watching us, what is a DIY? I know.
So do-it-yourself. So do-it-yourself project, that's the term a lot of people use when they're taking something and making it into something else or something trendy. So like tie-dye is really trendy, distressed clothing, jeans, shorts is really trendy. So I have a lot of items that are damaged, flawed, wouldn't really sell on their own, but I can take them instead of just throwing them away or redonating them, and I can turn them into something that could potentially sell or somebody would want. So that's what I'm going to do with a lot of my damaged items. And I think that's pretty crafty. I mean, especially because like there's so many different ways to do it. And I enjoy doing that. I enjoy picking out the color scheme, picking out the setup for how I'm going to cut stuff out. So that's one of the biggest things that I like to do. But I used to do like scrapbooking and stuff when I was kind of in high school.
You're definitely a creative type because you're on as a content creator.
Yep.
And people don't look at content creators, and I want Luis to comment on this because Shopaholic just accused me of not letting him talk, but he's moderating. What they don't know is if whoever's hosting it, the other person gets to talk more, vice versa. You know, so we do this thing. He's a badass moderator, so don't, you know.
I try.
You're a content creator, Jen. You know, being a content creator, Luis and I have talked about. You're a creative type. You know, you got to. You're actually creating content. You're creating the editing. You're making a stage for things, you know. Luis,
yes,
jump in because I am dominating here, and I got to show something in a minute. I got to prepare while you're doing that.
No. Yeah, Louie. No, but yeah, I mean, like I said, we've all seen Jen's growth, you know, as a content creator from where she started to where she is now. You know, her content is awesome. You know, it's one of those things where you start seeing it the first, 60 minutes of the first minute. And you're like hooked already because she makes it like, okay, she hooks you in and it's like, okay, what is she going to do next? That's always my thing. What is
she
going to
does.
do?
Yeah. No, keep going. To give an example.
Yeah. Sorry.
Well, I seen Chuck's comment about creative with makeup. That's true. I guess I've been enjoying makeup for so long. I don't even really think of it, but yeah, that's my like most artistic fun that I have. The concept of being able to completely change your look and your character, your face. Like I like cosplay, and every year for Halloween for like the
I didn't know that about you. Oh, girl!
I've made my own costumes.
That's
like
awesome.
I've done Mortal Kombat. I've done scary horror.
Hey,
you know,
you are a nerd. I love it.
That's cool, but then do my face like weird also. So. Yeah, that should have been my answer, right? Like I didn't, it's just, that's so natural to me, I guess. Like I didn't even think about it.
No, but you're being humble. I'm going to give you credit. I'm going to give you a little credit. You're very humble about it because like I went probably about 10, 15 years ago to San Antonio to a comic convention. Who knows? I may have been one of the people dressed up there that I didn't even know at the time because it was like in an old mall. I don't even know if they still do it there. You know what I'm talking about in San Antonio? Yeah. And so it's crazy, but there was a couple comments, Luis, if you can post them up. So Jennifer says, I lie. I talk all the time. Of course I talk all the time. I'm a content creator. I got a lot. I got stuff to express. Yep. But
thank you, Regina.
Real quick, Joe Deals, did we cover that? Was that a question?
Hold on. Regina said, Jen Rouse package is so beautiful. Her hair and makeup is always beautiful.
Yes. So that right there, that shows you have a lot of staging. But I mean, you care about your presentation. Exactly. So you make it fun. Whether somebody goes, what the, is she wearing purple hair today? I don't like purple hair. Well, then get out and don't watch this show. But I will say, I'm going to agree with, and I don't like to agree with Fundamentals of Side Hustling, Derek, because I like to disagree with him because that's my homeboy. But he says, yes, she's a blossoming wizard. I mean, put that one up. You're doing really good stuff.
Yep.
It's a compliment. He doesn't know how to give compliments. That's his way of giving a compliment.
That's his way of giving a compliment.
He knows how to give compliments. That wizard right there. That's all he
I'm just giving up. I'm just giving up.
Wizard, and I would be flattered.
Put up Louis. Put up Oscar's comment. Shortly after that,
he said, "I can't create a mean taco."
Oscar, we got to get him on one day.
I seen Joe Deals ask a question that I'm gonna answer.
Yeah, here it is.
Yeah, so I haven't created any videos like that, and I guess because when I was really starting to do that, I was more involved into the process. I never thought to film it, but I've been putting off all of like doing more DIY because I want to film a bunch of videos at once so that I have like a tie-dye video, a distressing video. Like I even have jeans that I can make like purses to and side bags. So I want to do that like in a kind of a couple days, but film it continuously so that I can break it up into a little series of different items. Go.
Question.
Hey, John.
I'm serious. Why do you think I'm wearing tie-dye? And I have literally, you know what a tote full is? I got a tote full of single stitch that are white. Some of them are stained and stuff. Purposely, I bought them not because they're incredible and their logos, but I want to do some tie-dye. I've actually thought about doing a tie-dye video. And we should collaborate on that. That's awesome. That's that's another resource thing that we can talk about as resellers. How do you, not just as a collaboration, which I think is very important. And I've noticed you're really good about collaborating, meaning whether it's just going on a live with somebody like we are today, but you're really good. You got a good flow. You're a very likable person. Your charisma is there. So I think it's going to be not long before your channel takes off. Once you get the analytics and all that stuff, take it easy. Don't get your head too big. But no.
Seriously, Louie.
Speaking
Keep doing what
of
you're
which,
doing, Jen. Don't listen to Louie. Go ahead.
Luis, did you see she has a new product out? She has a new T-shirt for. Put me up on big, bro. This is Jen's Closet Gems new T-shirt. It's for order. If you guys want to buy one, go ahead and look it up, Luis.
All right, here you go.
This is her new one. It's in Texas. We blast first. We ask questions, then we ask questions. That's Jen. And I don't know if you guys know this. Go ahead and take me off there. Isn't that crazy?
You better be sending that to me, Louie.
Oh,
I might. But if you guys don't know this, a little bird told me she almost became a nun, and she was going to be called the Reselling Nun. Tell them about that.
Oh my God.
There's an inside.
No, you
joke.
send me that shirt, and then maybe I'll tell you about it.
Yeah, once she gets the shirt, then it'll make more sense.
When we collaborate on this tie-dye project, and I can help you with the filming, I'll hold it while you're doing the stuff. We got to do this, girl. Let's do this. We gotta meet. Hey, this is so much fun. We gotta meet. We gotta get you and me and a couple. So who is this guy that you had on? Was it Instagram? Tell him you met other resellers, right? Not necessarily. Was he a content creator like on YouTube or?
Yeah, Nakoma Finds. So Nakoma Finds Michael. He lives here in San Antonio, and I've met up with him once before. You know, like your pre-meetup to just make sure we're cool and everything.
Yeah.
And,
make sure he's not a psycho.
Yes, exactly.
Well,
exactly. So he passed the test, and I guess I passed the test. And so he does make content, but he hasn't in a while because he actually has like a huge office, and he's been working on getting that going. But he does plan on creating content. He has a huge movie background. Like he made a film. He's done productions. He's really cool. He's got a lot of different knowledge from different aspects and stuff. Wow. And that was fun. That was a lot of fun. Wow. We went to Goodwill and we just sourced, and he taught me more than probably I taught him. So that was.
But that's what it's all about. Tell him. I want to hear Jen's perspective. We could throw her up big, Luis. Give us your perspective. How important it is for another content creator, let alone that content creator that's a reseller. How from your experience, how important was that for you to get to meet somebody else in person? Because we do this digital thing, and it's discombobulating, in my opinion. That's just,
Yeah, I would have never thought that it was important. And if it wasn't the fact that he, lives like 10 minutes away from me and we're in the same area, so it's real easy. But once we actually hung out and we're able to talk as much as we want, like in person, as we're working, as we're drifting, it's a weird feeling. Like it's kind of making this whole online networking real, and it shows you just how real this is and how serious that
real, like a validation. Because
like
if I can just interject
thing now, we're not just friends on the internet from miles away.
This is a real person, flesh and blood. Just so happens to be in my area. Yada yada yada. This has been like 14 months we've been going through this pandemic, and not that you don't have, real people in your life, your family and stuff, but like we've been in these bubbles, in like the YouTube bubble, within the bubble of our house, within the restrictions that the state and our counties put on us. So, I mean, we got to remember to be gentle with ourselves. So that goes along with, and I'm talking about specifically content creators that are resellers, or just content creators and or resellers. Anybody watching this is that, we're working in a lonely industry. So getting to meet other people and explore. I mean, I'm watching it on YouTube when people do. It's like, oh, what a joy! That's nice. You wonder why, like, you're happy for that other person. if you're not a narcissist, because it's like like I don't give a shit, but no, it's like I'm always like when I saw Luis meet up with all these other wonderful resellers like Miss Taffy and D and Tino and Q and stuff like that. I was like, finally, and I'm looking forward to the day I get to meet this big lug over here, and it's like I can't wait. It's like, dude, we've been doing all these like almost a year full of mindful merchants, and it's just like this is somebody you're working on collaboratively. We're in the same industry. We understand the same expressions that so I'm glad you said that. Thank you for being honest and saying that you realize it is important, because we're all locked up.
It's just a good feeling, and who doesn't want to like just feel good every day if you can, right? I mean, and if other creators and other coworkers can do that, like just why not at least try it?
Especially when they're genuine people you get to know. You know what I mean? It's like we're all creatives, and the creative types, we have so much to share. We got all this energy, and it's like it's just funny to see them in the flesh, and you're like, oh, there you are. You're this knucklehead still. It's like whatever it is. Real quick. So there was Luis. What do you got for her? Do you got any other like secret questions?
No, secret questions. I don't know about secret questions, but
what about this one?
I don't know about that one. No, that's all you. That ain't me. But definitely, I know Jen does a little bit of everything. I know she sources different stuff, and I know she's big into cards. I've actually done an auction with her and Derek and Marcus for sports cards and all that. So I mean,
I have too. Not sports cards.
No, definitely. But my thing is, what do you think you're going to get more into selling the sports cards and all that stuff right now as it's going, or are you going to just keep it at the level you're at right now? What do you think?
To be honest, I haven't decided if I think sports is going to stay hot long enough for me to commit the time to truly learn. But it's already kind of been a year where, because if you think about sports a year and a half ago, it was nowhere near what it was. And I know Pokemon the same thing, but Pokemon has kind of been hot for a long time. It's just had its dips, and I've done Pokemon for so long, so it's a passion. So that's never going to be a waste of time. But for sports cards, I think that as long as I can learn the new stuff coming out, what the terms are, what the items are, what the brands people are looking for, I think that's good for me for right now. Because I'd have to watch a lot of sports. I'd have to listen to, the sports announcers and casters, and I'd have to really learn players. And I think for me, I couldn't really just indulge into that kind of education. It's either you kind of know it or you don't. Yeah. So I think that I'll stick with just knowing what to look for as far as the new packs, the titles, the stuff that's coming out that's going to be trendy, and just try to work with that. And I have been wanting to kind of open up some of those packs every now and then, but I feel like, well, if I lose out on $100, then it's not,
I love that you're being honest about it, because as resellers, it's like, but I can sell it, and I'm guaranteed this. It's almost like that 2 in the hand is worth more than 1 in the bush, because that 1 in the bush could be that opening, but all of a sudden you're not sure if it's that really solid catch.
And that's my thing, is that if I could find something that like I know Luis likes, or like I know Joe really likes like certain cards too. Like if I can find something that I'd say, you know what, I would like to open this on a live, but it's not my passion, then that's when I love to reach out to like, hey Luis, hey Joe, hey, do you want to come and do a live with me, and you can open this, I'll open that, so you can teach me a little bit, so we can have like good content, and it's not as like awkward. So that's when I'll take the advantage to learn a little bit, but that's also because I get to hang out with somebody that I like, so
at least somebody you're comfortable with, and then you become more familiar, and that's how you get to know people, is that you build that trust of like, they're not gonna shank me like with stupidity, and it's like, or they're just gonna be there. Like Philly Flipper the other day, he just texted me, like he woke me up at like 5 in the morning going, answer my text, and I'm like, what are you calling me, and he found like this stack of Harley Davidsons, but But I went, oh, he's like, I said, why don't you come on tonight? I happen to be doing this t-shirt talk.
Yep.
And him and Luis joined. And we just, like you said, it's like the ability to be able to find somebody that you can depend on, or just say at the random last minute, hey, why don't we just do something? And it's just, it's so good. It's like, meeting people back in college and saying, hey, let's go get some coffee and talk about this project. Thank you for being forthright and honest. We got a little time left. We're running out. Can you believe that hour went by pretty quick?
Yeah.
And,
it's crazy how fast the time goes by when you're doing a live. It really is.
And
it is especially when you enjoy somebody.
Right.
It's. I'm not saying you guys enjoy me, but I really enjoy having you on here. Thank you for your time, you guys. Real quick before I want to ask a couple more questions, because I never get enough to say. I never get any chance to talk on this program.
I know they say I talk too much.
I love
you.
Louis.
You've been pretty good today, Louie.
I know. I did one today. No, I know.
I'm just full of anxiety. I got so many questions. I'm a lifelong learner too. But you guys, if you don't know Jen's Closet Gems, you need to get out and log out right now and go and do her channel down below on Luis's link. He put it up there for you. Really nice. He spent 7 hours putting up her Instagram link, her YouTube channel. And by the way, do you have any hidden secret channels? Do you have another YouTube channel?
Nope, I don't have another one. I've
to make one?
With the idea of creating another channel, because before I started this channel, I really wanted to do a fishing channel. I love to fish.
Awesome.
I go kayaking. I go deep sea kayaking. I go to the lake. I go to the coast.
So you go out to the Gulf of Mexico in those kayaks?
Yeah.
Girlfriend.
Yeah, so I just wanted to have like my GoPro hooked up on my kayak, fishing, and then just, it seems kind of easy when you're already out there doing it. But then I started this channel with reselling because it was more educational.
She's a badass.
Yeah, she sure is. That's awesome.
I had to do Louis.
So I might actually, especially because right now I plan on fishing a lot this summer. So I might, eventually or maybe create that second channel, because it doesn't seem like
that's a good time with you and your boyfriend. You guys connect. You got that time to get away, clear your head. It's nothing to do with reselling or whatever you're working on. You gotta have. That's what I was gonna add, but you answered the question. Is like what mental well-being, because we talk about this on Mindful Merchants. Being mindful is just being aware and being conscious of like, how can you better take care of yourself, body, mind, and spirit. It's one thing to have those mental strategies like we talked about, but speaking of which, I got to ask you something. Are you from Texas? Were you born in Texas?
No. So I'm not from Texas, but Texas is definitely where I call home 100%. I'll never leave. I'll never move from San Antonio, probably.
How long have you lived in San Antonio?
Yeah, my parents were in the military, so I was born in Spain.
Okay.
And we moved from Spain to Iceland to Florida I lived in Michigan, Pennsylvania, Del Rio. So San Antonio, I've lived here. This is where, my dad and my dad's whole family is from here. Yeah. So I've been here now for about 23 years.
You're a San Antonian.
So that's this is my home. I love it. I love it.
Okay, we're gonna ask you 3 or 4 questions about San Antonio related matter that's historical to see if you're now gonna be officialized as a San Antonian and a Texan. So okay. What year was the Battle of the Alamo?
Oh, come on.
Seriously, Louie.
Next. Okay. She went out. What is the 6 flags over the state of Texas? There are 6 flags that flew over the state of Texas. Do you know them? I'm about to boot you off.
Give her some time to think. You're really asking a question and you already want to boot her out. Come on.
It's easy.
So we need one of those big like.
I know, right?
I'll do it.
I don't, it's not that because I don't like Texas. It's just because I don't know history. I don't like history. I don't do good with remembering dates.
If you like to learn, and you're gonna watch your YouTube videos tonight, she'll learn it. I'll give you. There were 6 flags over the state of Texas. I'll give you 3 of them.
What do you know what they are?
Yes, I do. The country of Spain once flew over because Spain actually dominated the country of Mexico. the country of France, the United States. That was 4. The state, and actually, do you know? As we know, people don't know this, but Texas was its own country at one time before it joined the Union. So that was the 5th one, and then the last one was. Did I say it? United States, I think. So it's like people don't know this, but
I'm enjoying the chat. Thank you, chat, for having my back.
This has been Jen's Closet Gems. You guys go down below. If you haven't subscribed to her Instagram, you don't know what you're missing. She keeps up with things. There's a better way to communicate with her. She just said at the beginning of the program. You guys, thank you for everybody that's joined us in the chat. We had a wonderful, good amount of people here. They love you because I tell you, this is one of our biggest joining groups. I'm telling you, I haven't even had a chance to stop and look. I mean, and everybody. John Raver's here. What do you have as final words for us, Jen, on mindful merchants? That's kind of related to the whole the concept of just being a good merchant, meaning being a good reseller, and being mindful. Like, anything you want to say?
Yeah, I guess just like, because it really is, I like y'all's concept, the whole mindful merchant, but just mindful in general. I think that sometimes we get in a good relationship with somebody and we just maybe say something that we would say to somebody else in a different way. And I don't want to suggest to hide yourself or to hold back, but just out of respect for other people that maybe you don't know their whole story or you don't know what's going on. So I think it's just important to always practice being respectful versus just being yourself, because there is a fine line. Like, you can be yourself and
personality
enjoy other people,
and your real being, who you are.
But yeah, if your personalities or if your cultures, if your backgrounds don't match perfectly, then you could say something that could be offensive. You could say something that could hurt somebody else. So I would just kind of keep that in mind, that even though we encourage be yourself, be your personality, at the same time, just keep in mind that we want to respect everybody. Yeah, we want to respect their culture. You want to respect their personality, their upbringing, their situation. Good. So that's the main thing that sometimes I forget. So
we all do. You know how many times I've stuck my foot in my mouth? Probably 7 times just this episode.
Way too many. Way too many.
That's like over the average for Louie. Hey, Louie, Harry has a question. He says, how many square miles in total is Texas?
Exactly. I think it's 17,570,042. That's it. Yeah. No.
Oh, I don't know if that's right or not.
Well, no, because it keeps changing, because the Rio Grande keeps changing. Sometimes Mexico has a little bit more of and then it goes back, and then Louisiana keeps hogging it up, and then you got Oklahoma trying to like cap up off of the panhandle. Forget New Mexico. We won't go there. So.
Now Harry makes me want to go to Fiesta, Texas.
Let's do this, Jen. Let's meet up one day. I'm gonna pick up a homie or somebody that I think, that guy that was on Derek's channel. He's from Austin, Texas. Let me see if I've actually got in touch with him. I felt bad. I was supposed to call him. He wanted to meet up with me today, but I told him Mondays are not good for me. Yeah. And I was supposed to meet with him.
Flipping nostalgia, yeah.
Flipping nostalgia. If he's watching and sneaking in there, hello. You guys check him out. He's a good guy. He really makes some good content. I like him. I just, and if not, I'm going to come up there if he can't make it that day. Love to meet you and the other guy you mentioned, and maybe, somebody that may be in between. Let's just do like a little meetup at a flea market and hash it out. Have fun.
Chuck says that you could sell used cars, Louie. He said he just learned that from his square mile answer.
I will say that I have a bridge that's in Brooklyn that I would like to sell. You contact me on Instagram. Yeah.
Hey, and Harry wrote the answer down for the question that he asked. He said you were close.
Is that true, Harry, or are you joking?
That is Jen when she used to be a nun. I'm saving this shirt for you, Jen.
Maybe that's my Halloween costume this year.
I know, right? Yeah.
Nun.
Don't make it a habit. Don't make it a habit.
Hey, Charles says he's here, Louie. He's here.
Is he? Flipping nostalgia.
He's here.
Flipping nostalgia. This is Miss Jen. Jen, say hello, and we're gonna do it.
Hello, Charles.
Monsignor Charles.
See you,
Everybody,
Shopaholic.
thank you for being here. We're having a good time. I want to be respectful of everybody's time, especially my co-host. He's a dad, full-time reseller. You're a full-time reseller too, it looks like. And me too. I gotta go. I got so much stuff I gotta list. I got about that many miles of Texas of stuff to list today. How much do you gonna list today, Jen?
I need a photograph. I have 5 photographs, like items to list. But yeah, I have all my stuff set out to do photographing.
That's
So
part
I'm
of it.
hoping to hit like 30 items to photograph. And
Hey,
then
girl.
if I can list at least 10, we'll go from there.
Okay. All right. Well, we enjoyed having you. We thank you very much. Luis, give her a
Thank you,
last
guys.
question or saying you want to, speed us out with.
No, well, I mean, we pretty much. I asked her everything I wanted to ask her. She pretty much put everything out on the table.
All
You know,
right.
I don't want to hold
ask her. You sure
I don't
you're
want.
not
I
gonna
don't
ask
want. I don't
her a
want to
question
hold her
about
up any more than we're supposed to. But,
I thought you were going to ask her a question about what her next hair dye is going to be. I don't know.
oh no, that was you.
Oh, okay.
I'm
tie-dye.
thinking about doing rainbow.
I think tie-dye.
that'd be
Girl,
awesome.
tie-dye that hair.
Yep, exactly. Because I thought about doing a tie-dye rainbow so that in my video where I tie-dye clothing, it could match.
Let's do it. Oh, look, Annie Aldaco says, I'm passing through Beaumont right now as I'm heading home from my Louisiana trip. Wow.
Hey.
I'm telling you, there's so many Texans here. Like, if you haven't met the Resell brothers, I think you would enjoy them. They're down-to-earth guys. I'm trying to get them. They met with another one that's from Houston. I know about 2, 3, or 4 from Houston. I'm trying to pull them, but they don't ever want to come out of Houston to Austin or San Antonio. Like, what's his name? Una Luna. Do you know Una Luna?
Mm-mm.
He's a good guy too.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's good. Well, thank you so much, Jen. We appreciate it. We'll have to have you on another time. That's just it. There's just not enough time.
Definitely appreciate you joining us today. We would love to have you back.
Thank you, guys. Yeah, I'll hang out with you too any day. As long as Louie's on his best behavior and as long as I got Luis to counteract him, we're good.
No, definitely. You know how it is.
I'll take a bottle of Ritalin or something that
There we go. That'll work.
that'll just jack me up.
I know, right?
Thank you, everybody, too, in the chat.
Yeah, thanks to everyone that
appreciate
came
all of
in.
you. Thanks for having my back against this crazy right here,
Yeah.
and for jumping in. It's been fun.
Not
Harry
definitely.
Humstein. Thank you, guys. This has been Mindful Merchants. Remember to maintain your focus. Let's elevate. Let's just be mindful of each other and respectful, and keep our etiquette in the live chats is just as gentle. And remember, we're all here for each other. Reach out to each other, help each other, and like, subscribe, but hit that notification bell for Jen's Closet Gems.
Closet Gems, definitely. All right, guys. See you guys.
Bye.